Are you ready for this? Are you ready, WinJet community? Let's get going because I want to share with you some of the key benefits of being part of this community. Now, not everyone will realize exactly what needs to happen or what needs to happen next or what we're going to be doing in this community. And one thing I want to outline specifically during this next 30 minutes, and let's consider this like a mini workshop. If you're thinking about a podcast or you're thinking about doing podcasting or you enjoy the podcasting community, I want to make sure that you have the tools, the support, and the influence necessary to be successful. I was reading an article earlier today about the pod flash. And if you're not sure what that means, what it is somebody says, I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to start this podcast. And next thing you know, it's going to be brilliant. And one episode in, and they go through the whole process and they launch the podcast. And they say, it wasn't what I thought it was. It's like, oh, it's a little harder than I thought. Why doesn't anybody watch nobody's listening. Nobody's checking it out. And then they don't do anything more. One episode, there's millions of episodes. Well, not millions, hundreds of thousands of episodes that are considered what pod flash would be. So the other thing is that the majority of podcasters get to the point where they're doing maybe 10, 14, 18 maybe episodes. And then they what is called pod fade. And there's a lot of podcasters that get to that point and they decide, wow, I can't grow. I don't know how to grow. I don't know what needs to be done next. I don't know where it's, where do I spend my time? Where do I spend my effort? Where do I put my energy? Well, that's what WinJect is all about, is the environment that we're here. We're actually creating a lot of support, a lot of direction, a lot of influence, a lot of information that you can actually join. And a little bit later, I want to jump into the website and share a little bit, a few nuggets of knowledge about it. The biggest point, though, is that podcasting is something that allows you to start conversations that make a matter, that are meaningful, that you can actually start a conversation, engage with the community, and get a response. I'll tell you what, I can't tell you how many people, hundreds of individuals that I've met and actually I have friends that I learned to connect with over podcasting. I made friends from live streaming. I've had people all over the world that I've connected with. And it's amazing to me how little people understand and diminish that piece of the puzzle. They just think, okay, I need to get 1 million downloads. Well, that's one metric we can measure. The other metric is what is it doing to drive your business? What is it that you want to accomplish with this? And a lot of people they look at the shiny object and they think, well, I just want a podcast because I have something to share. And there's a difference between a professional podcaster and a hobbyist. And what we want to do is make sure that if you want to embrace this, build your business around it, use it as a tool, and make sure that you have the tools necessary to put things into perspective. A guide, a roadmap, and the influence that you need in order to accomplish this goal. Now, on the other side of the equation, and I've been doing this for years, and the other side of the equation is that we have a lot of passionate users. There's communities around Patreon, there's communities around Facebook groups, there's communities around LinkedIn, which isn't as popular as it used to be. There's tons of groups and different communities out there that you can join. And the reason you join a group in a community is because You're getting very focused information and quality that you choose to go out and grab onto. You know, and somebody says, well, I can watch shows, I can listen to podcasts anywhere. Yes, you can. And as a professional squirrel hunter, somebody gets distracted by almost anything. How many of you have actually gone to a page looking for a specific piece of information, and 20 minutes later, you're thinking, oh, I was supposed to get this piece of information? Just saying. It's really a challenge at times. For me, this probably doesn't happen to anyone else ever in the world of online activities. I'm probably unique. I'm not going to call anyone out at all. So here's the beautiful thing about a community is that there's a lot of people that are growing in this community, the WinJet community, that actually allow you to stay very focused on what the topics are, who you want to listen to. There's some incredible podcasters and live streamers that are joining in the WinJet community that you can actually sign up, get on board, listen to them, consume their content, just like this content here. And hopefully you can join in and jump on and either decide you want to commit to a podcast, and then you have tons of resources involved in the process in the community, or you could just enjoy a close-knit community where you have access to the artists, you have access to the individuals that are in the community, you have access to ask questions, engage with these individuals, and get in touch with them on the forums, join in, start a conversation. So what I wanted to do today, I wanted to grab a little bit of your time and attention to actually go in and share what this community looks like. So let's jump in. And, the first thing you have to recognize is, we're purpose driven. And what does that mean? Purpose driven. Well, it means that we have a mission. We're on a mission to actually grow the community in a unique way that nobody else is doing. We have music, we have video, we have podcasting, we have individuals that have done a lot of amazing work. And I just want to share a few of those with you. So you can actually join as a podcaster or a listener, and then you can join now. Now, we've been featured across the board, and we're continuing to get featured in other areas, other activities, and we're continuing to launch and grow this environment. There's no lack of exposure to your whatever you happen to be doing. So get in early. Early adopters win big is always the rule. If you can get in before IPO, that would be fantastic. So whatever that happens to be, WinJet Studios, we're a community first. I just want to make sure that you know that this is a community. We're all helping each other out. There's a lot of people that are contributing time, effort, and energy and resources to grow this community, to support each other. And, I'm making friends every day here. And I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to understand what that means, because ultimately it's going to continue to grow. And then we have shows on a regular basis, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, we're around the web, and we're continuing to show up and bring those into the community. So you have exclusive opportunities to actually connect with us. Jess Lee Roadshow, she's going to be going out there. The win-win effect is a huge one. Nina Perez and Dr. Joan are all fantastic on their brain health. We got some amazing opportunities out there. Of course, I'm just a pirate here, hanging out, doing some good work, hopefully. You can enjoy the show anytime. So we don't want to fall into the 80% of the podcasters that have pod fade or pod flash. We want to be the top percent, the top 1%, the top 10%, whatever it takes, the top 20%. We want to help you reach the top and reach your goals. If that's not your goal, that's okay. You can continue to be part of the community, support each other out, and do what works for you. Because there's going to be classes, there's courses. I'm creating a course right now on utilizing video in your lead generation solutions and utilizing some tools and techniques that you can actually use to build a community and build an audience. So and there's Alpha Hippie's going to be there. They're doing some great work. Zach and Jason are also getting plugged in. They're doing a lot of work. This website was designed by them. So if you need a website, you need to connect with Zach and Jason. Anabolic Mind is here. There's see more future. There's more. So Alpha Hippie, look at this list. Repurpose, Hanny Mora, amazing individual, creating some amazing tools that you can use to expand your brand, your message, and also help you achieve your goals. And your Market House, I was talking about Zach and Jason. Jack and Jason. Zach and Jason, thank you very much. Chris Ross, he's always the adventurer out there promoting and building and committing to excellence out there. So he's on the WinJect. StreamYard, we're using StreamYard on a regular basis. If you're not familiar with StreamYard, I've been a remote producer since the beginning and help people do that. And I'm part of I'm the founder of the Pirate Syndicate. So that's what I do, is I actually help people produce shows that actually turn into a podcast from live streaming episodes. So all of these little nuance and all of these tools and techniques have been years and years and years of crafting excellence and generating content that allows us to help you become the podcaster you're looking to accomplish. It's not science. It's not rocket science anyway. This is knowing that we have something that you can enjoy and appreciate. We're doing a Podbox, Streamline Podcast, so many InstaFame. There's a great course out there that allows people to actually understand how to leverage Instagram to your advantage and actually get this stuff out there. So we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to add courses. We're going to continue to add support and make sure that you have everything that you need in order to succeed and have the support necessary to excel at what you're doing. So we have exclusive offers here, Market House, Repurpose. We're going to continue to be adding to this. I have offers in there. Alpha Hippie has offers. Be your own. These are things that you have access to by joining the community. I think that that's something that you should consider when you're looking at starting a podcast, is what kind of support do you have? Who do you have on your team? Do you have somebody that you can actually reach out to and ask questions with? What kind of access is that? Because I know, because I have used this tool. It's called YouTube. And, all of a sudden, like I said, you could go to YouTube and you could start learning things by yourself on your own. And you may or may not get all of the information. You may not get the insight from learning a few techniques. The tactics are there. And you may not necessarily learn everything about what you need to know in order to actually see around the corner, know what needs to be done next, how to achieve the results you're looking to accomplish. And let's face it, everyone is unique in your attitude, your approach, how you think, you know, what your audience is, what your audience wants to receive, how you want to be tuned in and dialed into your audience and your communication, how to follow up, how to engage, where to engage. Every audience is different. Every podcast is unique. So all of these things, the community here has decades of experience. My first exposure to advertising was at 885. A lot of people weren't even born then. So, I'm just saying that we have the tools necessary to help you succeed. And I know this sounds like a commercial because you know what? It is a commercial. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping more people succeed. I'm passionate about going out and making it matter, doing something that makes a difference. Amplify the we, amplify the community, amplify the things that we have in common. We may not agree with everything that is out there. We may not agree with each other. However, we can agree that this is worth doing. This is worth succeeding at. This is worth making a difference with. And you have the skills. If you think you have if you think you have a message and you think you have something to say, I can almost guarantee that you do. And we're here to help you craft that message. We're here to help you craft that opportunity. We all have goals in life, whether it's spoken or silent. We all have something we want, and we all have something we need. And that's not always the same thing. And there are a lot of times where we diminish the things we want because we're surviving with the things we need instead of thriving to get the things we want. Just stop that. Let's move on to a different attitude. So if you're an influencer or you somebody with a message or a microphone, or you thought about it, or you're thinking about it, or you've considered it, come and talk to us. You can always join the community. Community is a tool that's interactive. You share announcements, updates. Text 843-396-2104 and get information about that. And if you want to launch your show, there's resources here available. If you want to do a live stream, there's resources available. In fact, I've donated my offer allows you to start your live stream and your podcast efforts, and it saves you $3,200 compared to what my offer and my opportunity is typically on the Pirate Syndicate. So these are exclusive offers to WinJect. These are not offers that you can get anywhere else. They're exclusive to WinJect. So there is a method to our madness. There is a method to the process that we go through, and we're actually identifying these things that we can put together. And I was on an episode earlier today with Seth. It was on the Pirate Broadcast, which is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 a.m. Arizona time, as well as the WinJect episode here at 11 Arizona time. And we were talking about story, and we were talking about the impact. And one of the things that I've had to learn over the years is everything that we want to deliver may not necessarily be something that anyone wants to hear. So that's another piece of the puzzle that we need to make sure that we understand is, how do we resonate with the audience that we're connecting with? You have a business right now. You have something that you're putting out there. So what's the personality of your podcast? How are you positioning that podcast in a way that helps you achieve the results you're looking to accomplish? This is things we're we're always talking about. We're having these conversations on a regular basis. What is it that we can do to improve? How can we improve? And there's a lot of individuals that love podcasts, that listen to podcasts all the time, they may not have a desire to actually produce their own. However, it would be really nice if you just had to go to one place and pick out a few podcasts that you loved. And if there's a podcast that you love to listen to that we might want to consider adding to our community, let us know. I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Track me down on social. Follow me on LinkedIn. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever it happens to be. Ask questions, get involved, get engaged. That's how we make it. That's how we make progress. You have to take action in order to accomplish something, right? So I just wanted to bring this to your attention because there's a lot of activity that is producing results here. And we got a lot of people that are actually taking initiative and putting in a lot of time and effort and energy to support you in your journey. And I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to learn what it takes and what it means to actually generate this kind of content and this kind of progress in a journey that is here to support you. One of the things that I really put in perspective is that I really mean this. We all have a purpose. We all have a reason for being. And we all have a message that can be shared. And sometimes when we're lucky, we get to share that message. And so right now we're living, in my opinion, the most amazing time in the history of humanity, because this unique opportunity has arrived, and we're at the inception of this podcasting. Podcasting has been around, started around in 2005. People says, wow, there's so many, it's too crowded. It's like, no, it's not too crowded. It's not crowded at all. You probably only think that it's crowded because that's what you see, because that's what shows up in your feeds. It's called an algorithm. However, your voice is important. Your message is critical. And there's somebody out there waiting to hear from you. I've been doing this a long time, and I've taught podcasting, I've taught live streaming, I've taught courses on content creation, I've taught marketing courses, I've taught all kinds of activities to a lot of different people. I help business owners produce their own content. I help companies with social media. There's a lot of things, a lot of talent in this community that you can tap into. And it's incredibly valuable. And I know that if you're thinking about just being here, you're thinking about the possibility of what if, why not me? Why wouldn't it be possible for me to do something like that? If that seed is planted, nurture it. Don't let it go. Because, when Marconi started the radio signal and set that out there a century ago or so, then that grew. And then all of a sudden, somebody smarter than myself created this thing called a television. And all of a sudden that thing grew. Then the next thing you know, they came along and this internet thing came along, started up. CNN created lots of different channels, Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, all of these things just started not that long ago. It was not that long ago. And yes, there are bigger companies. There are lots of emerging things. However, don't hold back on achieving an opportunity that is going to leave you with regret. It's a bitter pill. It's a bitter pill to swallow. And just because you start something, it may not necessarily be what you think it is. It may not be exactly what your intentions need to be. It may not be the way you put in your energy, and that's okay. However, I encourage you, if you're thinking about it, or you're thinking about the possibility, or you're wondering why or how or what it takes, reach out to the community, get involved, get engaged, and ask questions. Do your research. Do what it takes to find out what it is that you need to bring to the table that's going to make the most impact in your life for the reasons that you want to share information. Because, like I said, there's never been a more perfect time in the history of humanity than right now. This day and age, we're in a change, and we're making a massive impact in the community. And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to expand, and we're going to continue to share and evolve into something that is unique and amazing. So I want you to jump on, hold on, buckle your seatbelts, and make sure that you have the opportunity of a lifetime to connect, collaborate, join in, learn, support, and teach other people on how to do the same thing. It's like a big flywheel. And once you get it going, it's hard to stop. And the more talent, tools, techniques, and things that you add to it, it just keeps on rolling. So the reality is you have a choice. Jump on and join in, or sit back and wait. And I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Because you have an opportunity to move it forward, make it matter. Because you know what I say. Because kindness is cool. And smiles are free. Because I want you to enjoy your day. See you on the inside.
Podcast is brought to you by Winject Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.